Well, our system's all planned out. So our ditches are dug, our one for the car is huge, and we have a second one back behind us, which is just for Kevin to catch him while he's running.
This is looking good.
Over at the pedestrian pit, Chuck secures the pipes with steel spikes.
I think the rebar is going to hold it down nicely.
Yeah, that'll work. You think it's going to stop me?
Oh, it's going to stop you. Yeah, no question. You're going to get locked in. So our pit that we're going to use to trap Kevin as he exits the bank is all set up. We've got the valves set underground this time, and we're going to use a couple of buckets to cover them up and protect them from the sand. We also have the manifolds anchored down with rebar, and that'll keep them from floating up like they did the mid-scale test.
Still some stuff to do. 113 tons of stuff, to be precise. The sand has arrived.
There they are. That's a lot of sand.
There are also 8 massive tanks to install. Each one holds 400 gallons of compressed air.
Right here. There it is.
To deliver the air, there are 500 feet of rubber hose.
All right.
Chuck fills the tanks with an industrial air compressor. With all the pieces in place, Kevin and Chuck run a check.
So before we put any sand inside our pedestrian pit, we got to give it a test run and make sure our air system's working.
Yeah, well, we got power, air tank's all charged, so we're good to go. 3, 2, 1, test. Whoa!
Wow. That worked.
The steel spikes fail.
Oh, man.
Looks like rebar just isn't enough.
No, the rebar didn't hold it. It came all the way up, and then the...
Oh, wow. Even the valves came off.
Yeah, it broke the valve right off.
Ugh.
Look at that.
You know. Oh, my.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Well, do you think it would have been any different if it was full of sand, holding everything down?
Not much, because that sand, I mean, it's pretty much like a liquid, so it's just going to pop up the same way. We've got to get better anchors in here.
The situation calls for extra reinforcement.
All right. Give me a hand.
Back to work. Testing that pedestrian system really didn't go so well. I mean, we blasted it and the pipes just flew up and some things broke. But we got some fixes. For one, where the plumbing connects together on the 2 different valve systems, we're taping them together so they don't fly apart. See that right here? And we are keeping the rebar in there. We're also adding heavy sandbags over by the valves. That should keep everything down on the ground when we blast the sand.
There's no margin for error, so the team perform one last check.
I hope it works, because we need to pour that sand in. It's literally blowing away in this wind.
It is.
3, 2, 1, charge.
Great.
They all went off.
It did all go off, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. You can see by the holes.
All right, let's get the sand in here.
The reinforced pipes seem to be working. But can the system take the strain under 100 tons of sand? Sunset is coming, so the guys call in some extra muscle. They want to run the big test before the light goes. The guard shack is lowered into position. A team of bricklayers helps pave the traps. It has to be done with perfect precision, so they look like ordinary paved surfaces, standing firm under the weight of a vehicle.
So the bricklayers are saving us. It would have taken us all day to do this, and these guys are moving really quick. So I think they'll probably be done here within 15, 20 minutes, and we'll be able to charge the tanks and run the test.
The sun is sinking, and the pressure is rising. Once the last brick's in place, they've got to run the test. They'll only get one chance, and when the moment of truth finally comes, is the Earth going to move for Smash Lab?
Ready now!
The concept of a fluidized sand security barrier is ready for its toughest test, a simulated bank heist. The prototype traps have to trigger in less than a second, trapping both foot-borne bank robber and speeding getaway vehicle. Stunt ace Mike Ryan is back as the wheelman. Chuck and Nick check that the brick paving fools the eye.
This bed is not the prettiest one, but it's doing its purpose.
It's solid. I mean, you wouldn't know that there's a fluidized bed of instant quicksand beneath our feet.
I know. It is very solid. It's actually impressive. It doesn't even sink down any.
Not at all.
But when Kevin tries to make his way out of here, let's see. He runs out of the door. He comes running through. He's going straight down.
He is. And there's a valve right here. So hopefully he sinks about maybe there. So he might have to proceed with caution, but yeah, he's definitely not getting out of here.
As he makes his final checks, Kevin's getting nervous. One thing has